Hello, this is my TP project for 15112. So my program starts off by showing the user the login page where you can switch to different users. So here are some of my friends. And so, of course, you have to enter the right credentials. If you don't, you'll be faced with this error message. And so let me just type the correct credentials. And so you enter this desktop environment where you can see your executable and executable files folders in the desktop directory, which is /home/desktop. Most of this is handled by the terminal, which you can access by either doing Control T or clicking on the terminal icon. All windows that are opened in this desktop are resizable proportionally, and they can be dragged around. They could also be minimized and restored again. They could be closed, and they could be maximized. You could maximize also by doing Control Up. You could also snap the window to the left and right hand side by clicking on Control Left and Control Right respectively. And so let's explore what the terminal can do. You can see all the commands by typing help. So backshot just shuts down the program. Cat reads off the data of a file. CD just changes directory. Clear clears the output of the terminal. Ls just lists the files and folders in the current directory. Make dir creates a new folder. MV just moves a file or folder to another path, or it could be used also to rename a file or folder. PWN just lists the outputs to the current directory. Rename renames a file or folder. RM removes a file or folder. Style changes the color of the terminal. Tartano is just a nano workflow where you can edit a file. Touch creates a new file, and version tells you the current version. Home tells you which user is currently on. So let's test out these functionalities. So currently I'm at root. I can see my current files and folders are home, bin, and temp. Let's say I want to go through home, and I want to go to Yousef. And I have a folder and a file. Notes.txt is a file, projects is a folder. To read what notes.txt contains, I can do cat notes.txt, which has meow. If I want to edit the content of that file, I could do tartano notes.txt, which opens a new window where I can edit the file smoothly. So let's say I want to remove meow and say hello world. My name is Yousef. And the cursor can be moved freely up and down, left and right. It also highlights the current letter it's currently indexed at. To save your work, you can do Control S, and then when the file is saved, you can do Control Q. Now, if you read off what the contents of that file has currently, it should be hello world. My name is Yousef. To go back to go back to the parent folder, you can do cd dot dot, which brings us back to Yousef shared and desktop. What else we have? We can remove entirely. Let's go back to here. We can remove notes.txt. Oh yeah, and if you misspell, you can just do arrow key up or down to go back to past commands. So remove notes.txt if I want to read what notes.txt has, file not found. All right, so if I want to create a file, I can create file two. Now it's in the directory. And let's say I want to create a new folder. All I have to do is just do make dir folder two. Now it's created folder two, and now I can see it in the current path. I can just normally cd to that folder, and as you can see, it's empty. And so let's go back to the desktop by doing Control down, which just minimizes the window to its original ratio. And all windows in the desktop can be dragged, and they can also be resized, and that the font size and everything stays proportional. You can also open multiple windows. So here I'll open File Explorer, which just it's just like File Explorer in Windows, where you could go through different paths. You can use the arrow keys, or you can do Shift left or right to go to the path. You can also click on desktop. I can see all of the current icons that are being displayed because this is where the desktop path is located. If I click on projects, I can see a bin file. I can open it using Tartano, which it's automatically open when you click on a file. I can just edit it, save it, quit, and then I can open it again, and the progress is saved. I can go back, and let's say I want to search for a specific file. I can use the search functionality over here. So let's say if I do ABC, there's no such file. But let's say I want to make one. So I'm going to open terminal over here and head to that directory. So I can go to, I'm currently located, I can just go back /home, ls. I can go to cd desktop /projects. And so I only have bin file, but I could create a, let's say hello.txt, and it automatically updates the file explorer with the new entry. I can also do the same thing, make directory. I can add folder 3, and it automatically updates it. And the functionality still works. And so if I want to search for a file or folder, I can do A. The only file that has the letter A in is bin file. But if I do, for example, L, all 3 folders and files have the letter L. But if I write it twice, hello only has the letter L twice. And so, as I mentioned, you can snap the windows using Control left, Control right. Yeah, the arrow keys. Control down just brings it back to normal. And you can push windows forward by clicking on it. For example, here I can push these. I can work on here. If I click on it, if I click on the other window, I can work on it smoothly. And so to close all windows, you can do Control M. To create a new file directly, you can click on Tartano, which opens a empty file, which also creates a new file in the desktop path. You can go full screen, you can type whatever you want over here, blah, 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 save, quit, open that file, and it's saved. If you want to rename that file, you would have to, let me just clear everything. Oh yeah, style, let's say I'm feeling like a hacker today, style like green. Let's go to cd/home/desktop. So we have untitled.txt. I want to rename that. I can do mv untitled.txt to best class.txt. And it says moved, but then in reality just renamed the text file. Let's exit here. I mean, you could just minimize multiple windows over here and restore them whenever you want. Just click on them on the menu over here, and then just, if you want to do some multitasking, you can just have multiple windows open if you feel like. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.